Hey, hey, hey there, my Equalizer fans. It's your girl, Barbie J, and we are talking about season 3, episode 6, A Time to Kill. Y'all remember that book? There was a book called A Time to Kill I had to read in school. But I like that title because there was a lot of killing going on by this vigilante guy. And before I get started with this recap, I just wanted y'all to know that next Sunday is the fall finale for the Equalizer. That's right, already. Next Sunday is the fall finale for the Equalizer. And I guess we'll get a break until next year. So anyway, here we go with the recap. You know what? Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel as of yet, please take a moment right now. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Come on, hit that subscribe button. Then hit the notification bell and select all. That way you'll know every time Barbie J uploads some new videos or any kind of stuff that I'm uploading. But you know what? A lot of people are saying they don't always get the notifications. That's why you have to make sure you hit that all button. Then I ask that you hit the thumbs up button, which is also the like button. Tell me that you like my video. And then I want you to comment. I need y'all to comment to know that you're there and know that you're interested in the show just as much. I care about what you have to say just as much as you care about what I have to say. All right? And then you can share the video if you want. So here we go. It starts off with a young woman being found dead on a bathroom floor of a nightclub. And somebody coming in the bathroom and screaming. Now it flips back to Robin. She's talking with Aunt Vi in the kitchen about the sauce that she's cooking, and she needs Delilah to be the tiebreaker, whether the sauce is more important or the pasta. But she learns that Dee left like an hour early for school. So Robin tries to call her, and it goes straight to voicemail, and her notifications are on silent. Of course, this is a little flag for Robin, but she doesn't say anything. We got Robin. She meets with a new client who says an autopsy showed that her daughter, Taylor, who was a senior in high school, took a pill that was laced with fentanyl and it killed her. So that was her daughter who died in that club. But it didn't kill her friend, Sienna. So Harry said in a single batch of pills, some pills have no trace of the fentanyl and some that are completely lethal. Some of them can have a lot and some a little. So they thought the pill was ecstasy. That's why they took it. Ecstasy is that, party drug or whatever. Anyway, this client needs Robin to help her find out who really killed her daughter. Who did this? She said her 12-year-old daughter, her name is Wendy. She's having a hard time with this and can't sleep at night. So Robin goes to see Harry and Mel to help. So as Robin is talking about the client, she mentions that Taylor was doing all of this drugs behind her mother's back. And Robin asks that she feels that she's taught Dee all of the things she needs to know to make a good decision. And honey, here come Mel jumping in and saying, Dee has a good head on her shoulders. You don't need to worry about her. No, she need to worry about you, her friend, training her daughter behind her back. Anywho. So Harry finds a lead and Mel says, I'll reach out to Dante to see if he can confirm something. Robin goes to check on that lead and finds the guy's door kicked in and him dead on the floor in a pile of blood. So Robin hears sirens and she goes and gets the heck out of there and she goes and sit in her car. Detective Dante shows up and asks did she call that in, but Robin said no, thought I should get out of there. She doesn't think this guy was responsible. So they're trying to figure it out. And Dante got the victim's cell phone and got it open by using his thumbprint, even though he was dead, And he finds some text information on it that may help them further in the investigation. So they contact Harry to run a phone number. They follow the lead to the bouncer at the club Taylor died in. He had a story and an alibi about the threatening text message he left. It was about him letting in young girls free, and getting paid for it. He let them know it was a hustle or something he was doing. But anyway, then Robin and Dante, they left. So we learned that the pills look like candy and kids buy them on social media, and the DMs to buy drugs are all written in emoji code. I said, what the heck is emoji code? Does anybody out there know what that is? If you know what emoji code is, put it down in the comment section. Anyway, I saw what they did showed us on TV, but anyway, so Harry and Mel are trying to find out which emoji means ecstasy. So Robin goes home and asks Dee which emoji means ecstasy, and Dee was like, why are you asking me? Like, and Robin tells her it's for a case. So Dee was able to tell her without hesitation. Robin is looking at her like, should I be worried that you know this? And Dee is like, no, it's not my thing. Like, I ain't doing no drugs. So Robin has a brief talk with her about drugs, and then Dee asks, can she go out to eat with friends instead of having dinner at home with her and Aunt Vi? And Robin is hesitant and says, okay, but honey, y'all all know what we know. I think she was probably going to train with Mel. She's doing a lot of training, leaving early, doing it at dinner time. I don't know. Anyway, Mel and Harry set up a buy to draw out the sellers, and when they come, to deliver the package, they figured they would grab the kid. So a kid on a bicycle delivers the package, and Mel is about to jump out to grab him, but Harry holds her back and tries to strike up a cool and hip guy conversation with the kid. The kid is like, dude, really? Let me go. So Mel was wondering what was going on, what he was doing, and realized that Harry was cloning the kid's phone to get info that may help lead them back to the dealer. Then we have Dante. He had Taylor's friend Sienna come into the police station to ask questions, and we learned that someone posing as the police came to her house and was asking her questions about where she got the drugs. She ID'd someone on the guy's phone, and then he left. Dante asked for her to describe the fake detective. Then Harry found another lead and sent Robin there to the apartment. And when she got there, she found a guy dead. And the killer was still there. So they got into a quick little fight. And she knocked him down on the floor and picked up the gun. And at that same time, a cop comes up and said, freeze. And the vigilante guy jumps up and jumps out the window and down the fire escape, while Robin is standing there with a gun in her hand saying, you're making a mistake. You're letting the real killer get away. And the officer's like, yeah, right, whatever. Y'all know how them New York City police officers are. Anyway, maybe y'all don't. I do, because I'm here. Anyway, Robin knocks out the cop, leaves the building. Police cars roll up, and Dante cuts Robin off as she's trying to escape, and he tells her to jump in the car. Then he asks, is this what you call flying under the radar? Because she said she's going to be under the radar. She's like, I almost had him. So he explains how the officer got to the apartment so quickly, and she learns that they think it's her, and the DA will not give her a pass on a double homicide in an election year. So Robin is saying that this guy needs to be stopped. We can't have someone out there taking the law into their own hands. And Dante looks over at her and said, what, New York isn't big enough for two equalizers? And Robin looked at him, and he turned his head real quick away from hers with a smirk on his face. And she said, he is nothing like me. He's murdering people in cold blood. And she said the best way to prove to the NYPD that she's not the vigilante is to find the real one. And he said, this is true. So then Harry and Mel, they figured something else out by the way of the victim's way the victim was killed. And then they called Robin with the info. And then there were several, she told them to check, was there any other fentanyl deaths in the area recently? And there was a lot. And then she said, well, what about near the club? And they found out that a young lady named Jessica died near that same club as Taylor did from taking one of those party pills. So they learned that the vigilante, Earl Reed, has a military background and that Jessica is his stepdaughter. So Robin called Dante, who was already ahead of her, honey. He was like, I'm 2 steps ahead of you, baby boo. And he had the vigilante's accomplice and military buddy with him. So this guy only had one leg. So, he was on crutches and one leg. Anyway, Dante is questioning him and learns that Earl fell apart when Jessica died. He lost his job and his apartment, and he won't tell where Earl is going next. So he then also said that his friend is now flying solo and it will be all over soon. And Dante was like, yo, you need to tell me something, but he didn't. We also learned that Sienna did identify this man as the person who came to her house pretending to be a detective. Then we have Robin. She goes into a warehouse trying to save a drug dealer, but the drug dealers guys caught her and took her weapon and her earpiece. And they take her to the guy in charge. I don't know what he is, the kingpin. I'm gonna call him the drug kingpin because I don't know what his name is, and I kindly don't even care. So he's speaking in Russian to his men, not knowing that Robin understands what he's saying. She tells him that there's a man in the building who is there to kill him because of the drugs he puts on the streets. And he asks if she's there to save him. And she said she don't give a flying rat's ass about him. No, let me stop. She didn't say that. But she might as well. She didn't say it like that, but she did say she don't care about him. Anyway, she said she's there to stop a mistake from happening, basically. And he thanks Robin for her concern and tells his men to take her outside and kill her. All of a sudden, the lights go out and Robin tells him in Russian, "I tried to warn you, fool." I added the fool, I'm sorry. And then a grenade is thrown in the room and it blows up and some of the guys are killed. And Robin catches, the guy in charge, the drug kingpin. He runs and Robin catches the vigilante Earl beating him up. I mean, he was busting his behind and stuff. And she gets his attention by calling him by his name. And he wants to know who she is. And Robin says, "I'm someone who you call when you need justice." I said, "Oh, hey, tell him, girl, let him know." But he wasn't trying to hear her. So then she had to yell out some military terms to get his attention. And he said, "Are you a soldier?" And that's when he, started listening to what she was saying. So while she's talking Earl down, the drug kingpin grabs a gun on the ground and he shoots and kills Earl. But Robin turns and shoots him. And not to kill him, honey, because she said, "You ain't getting away with this that quick, that easily, honey. You are going to live and suffer in jail." So then Dante tells Robin that she is off the NYPD radar now. And she says that's just how she wants it to be. So he said, "But you did hit a cop, and it cost me an expensive bottle of scotch to smooth things over." And she was like, "Well, I owe you one, baby." And he said that he's keeping a tally. And she asked, "Well, what's the score?" And he said, "Well, maybe if I could take you, to dinner tonight, that might even things out or something." And she smiles and asks him if he's a pasta or a sauce man. And he said, "Well, I like pasta, but it's all about the sauce." And she turned and smiled. And she said, "That's good to know," and walked away. And he yelled, "So is that a yes?" And she wouldn't say it. She just la 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 away from him. Then we see Robin attending a candlelight vigil for Taylor alongside Taylor's mother and sister. And now, somewhere in this whole story, in the middle of the show, Robin asked Aunt Vi if Dee mentioned anything about being mad at her because something in her gut tells her that she's hiding something. And Aunt Vi brushed it off, saying that, she's just a teenager and, she's not the kind of kid that would go sneaking around. Aunt Vi, you're wrong this time, baby girl. You are wrong, sister friend. So now it ends with Aunt Vi catching Delilah sneaking out of the house with a bag, and she follows her to a warehouse and sees her trading with Mel. So, she's not the type that goes sneaking around, Aunt Vi? Oh, aren't you wrong? So I'm sitting here going, I hope that, Aunt Vi, tells Delilah and Mel that they need to inform Robin of what's going on. Maybe let them know they're doing something wrong. Maybe she could join in with the training and tell Robin that she asked Mel to do this for them. I mean, I don't know what she's going to do. I'm really hoping that she doesn't keep that secret. I don't want Aunt Vi to keep that secret. She needs to get somebody straightened out. She needs to get and not just pretend that she didn't see that. And that's it for this episode. And just a reminder, next Sunday is the Equalizer fall finale. So don't y'all forget. So put down in the comment section what you thought about this episode. I like this episode. It's 5 stars again. It's always 5 stars. This is a well-written TV show. And it is worth being there for season 4, 5, and 6. You know what I mean? Anyway, so like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think about this episode down in the comment section, what you were feeling. And I will talk to y'all in the next video. It's your girl Barbie J saying peace.